I would like to do a short what's blooming update today. I'd like to start with this orchid right here. This is Cattleya Tokyo Life. It's Tokyo Magic by Circle of Life. And this is one out of what was originally 36 plants that I took out of a community pot about 8 years ago, and I put them all into semi-hydro. So I started out with almost 2 trays of them, and now I'm down to 1 tray of them, and this is the first blooming orchid out of those. And so there's seedling crosses, and all the flowers could be different, and the whole point of that community pot break up and keep all of the orchids until they bloomed, or try to, since quite a few have died, is to see how the flowers are different. And this flower is slightly damaged. You can see there are holes in it. Something like went through, I can't see if you can see the other one. Oh, you can't see it here. But anyway, something went through and chewed into the flower. So you can see like there's part of the hole that was part of here. I don't know what it was, but anyways, so right here is the first blooming. You can see how the flower is supposed to look, but you know, it's not perfect because I had some kind of creature have a snack on my buds when they're still buds. But I'm pretty excited because this is the first time in 8 years since I started this project, might even be 10 years, that one of these seedlings has flowered. So I wanted to start with that for this blooming update. And then behind it, you can see I have a whole bunch of Cattleyas. So I wanted to take all my blooming orchids off my shelves and display them so I could enjoy them sort of all together. And I really don't have enough space. So I have a table here in my grow area, which is littered with junk. You know, I've got my pots with my labels, and there's a chair so I can sit here and enjoy it, but the chair is constantly occupied by a little brown cat. So I have a few of them out. This is Cattleya Secret Love. I've been showing some of photos of these on my Instagram. The flowers on this they have a very Hepsy substance. I know they don't look like it. They look really delicate, but they have very firm petals. My rustic spots is fading. You can see the flowers are really old and they're drying up. Right below it is Brassiolelia Little Mermaid Janet, which is a Mariclone. I have a habanero here. It's, I think, Tracy Cross and Medusa. That's just got a few flowers left on it. Right behind here is my Brassiolelia nodosa, Mas Mejor Cross to Raymar, which, based on its very thick leaves, maybe one of them was grandiflora, like I think Mas Mejor is grandiflora. I pulled this one off my shelves. This is Cattleya, oh gosh, you can't even see out the rewrite. Volcano Trick Fireball. I'll have to redo that label. It's like all worn off. And I had to take it off my shelves because it's so tall, it was growing into the shelving. The remains of my How We Are Lava Burst Puani is right here. It's been in bloom since the iOS show in October. So, you know, there's some spikes still going, but some of them have faded. I've got a mini snowflake sitting right behind it right here. And then up here, very tall, I have my Puppy Love. So Puppy Love is Anceps crossed to Dubiosa, and I have a Puppy Love that's very, very tall. It takes after the Anceps parent. And then the Anceps that was used for it was an albus. I have a very white Puppy Love. And then below it, I have, this is a cross that I got from Sunset Valley Orchids about 2 years ago. It's Showcase by Tokyo Magic. And kind of neat. This is Tokyo Magic. This also has Tokyo Magic, but you can see how the parents really provide different influences. And then right behind over here, this is my Encyclical Radiata. Yes, it is scented. Yes, it is taking forever for the flowers to open. You can see this has been in spikes since September. And right now I only have 2 spikes open. The spikes last a really long time. That's kind of nice. But I have at least 3 spikes right here that only are just starting to open. Right in front of it, this is my Cattleya Heidi Kirkpatrick. And it's growing out of its pot, and I don't know, it has like deformed flowers this year. I don't know if it's because it was up against the window or what, but I don't know. I've had much better bloomings of this, but recently it has not bloomed very well. I mean, this flower is better formed. It does bloom in these little clusters, like multiples. But yeah, it's kind of, I don't know, like you can see like the sepals on this are really short. I don't know. That's just really deformed flowers. Right here is my, Karen's Sunrise Lake View. Very yellow now. It starts off very green. I have a few Dendrobium Cuthbertsonii hybrids right here on the table. They're on this tray, so I can take them easily to go get watered. So this is Butterfly Kisses by Cuthbertsonii. It's still in bloom. Those are new flowers actually from since I got it. And this is actually, I believe, this is also Butterfly Kisses. Rojo by Xanthina. Those two ended up looking almost exactly the same. Behind me, I have, all right, so this is my Majestic Light Glory, and I love the pattern. I love the yellow on yellow flares of it, but it really never opened up. It just, I mean, I got rid of one, and this is my second one of this clone, because the other one like would open up deformed, and I just didn't know if it's me or the cloning process. I think last year this did open up all the way, but it definitely didn't open up all the way this year. And then it just, you know, like the sepals have just dried out. I feel like I need to give it more water and more heat. I'm not quite sure. If anyone has any suggestions on what to do to make the flowers on this open up better when it starts opening, I'd be appreciated. Behind it is my Brassiolelia Richard Mueller, H&R, crossed to self. And then right here, this is Dahls Horizon crossed to Richard Mueller, and it's getting its little sepal crushed. I like this very much. I think this is its second blooming this year. It's got another bud coming. Up here is my Cernopetalum or Bulbophyllum Elizabeth Ann Buckleberry. It has a lot of spikes that are still going. So it had 1 spike very early on, and now it has 3 here, 1, 4, 5 still open. It has 1 coming, and I don't know if anybody can see, but it has 1 basically stuck in the flowers right there. Down below my Elizabeth Ann Buckleberry, I have oncidium and oncidium twinkle hybrids that are coming into bloom. So here's a twinkle of some kind. Right above it is, I believe, oncidium gold dust forming its giant cloud of buds. Right next to this is oncidium ornithorhynchum, which is one of the parents of twinkle. I like it very much, and it likes me. Unlike Cherophorum, which I have a really hard time growing, my ornithorhynchum blooms every year. Down below, we have Donna Passanin by Tropical Star. It had a whole bunch of blooms earlier, and they've fallen off. Here's 1 old one left, and then right here, much darker pink as you can tell, is a 3-bud spike that is just opening up. So my habaneros are really late. I know lots of people's habaneros are done. This is habanero regnieri that I got from Joel. I don't know why mine are so late, but they are. I don't know if I'll ever get on cycle with anyone else. And then next to it is Dendrobium Dendrobium brachtiensis Tannii. Going up here, I don't know if we can even see them. I have a bunch of those like Dahls type dendrobiums that are in bloom. So this is Lycanastrum, and there are two of them. So this is Lycanastrum var Prentensii, and then right below it, which I think it's lost all its blooms right now, there's none on it, is just Lycanastrum. So you can see Prentensii has much bigger pseudobulbs than the non-var Prentensii. My Brassiolelia Little Stars is still blooming. I know it has been featured in many blooming updates, and it is still going. This is Dendrobium Mingle Sapphire crossed to Brassiolelia. This is a new flower, so this current little rack process that I've got, which is it's an old, not an old, but I bought a used, supposed to hang little cutesy picture frames, and I basically put all my Brassiolelia mounts on it so I could easily take them to be watered at the sink. It's working pretty well. This here is Dendrobium Leonis. This is my second Leonis. I got it also at Nat's, and it's in one of my videos. And when I got it, Nat said he had tried to put it in shade, and a whole bunch of the canes were very yellow, and they've continued to yellow and sort of die, but then I have definitely put out some nice new fat canes. So I think it's doing pretty well not living in a tank and getting sort of water in the same schedule as my Cattleyas. It has one flower open right now. It's kind of a continuous bloomer. It kind of blooms all year on and off, but I'm very glad that I haven't killed it. I think I've shown this previously. This is the 2021 Project Cattleya Potenara Dean's Gold. It's still going. It's been open, I want to say, at least a month now. On that same shelf is my Cattleya Solaris. So I split this last year, and I have 2 pots of it right now, and I was going to sell one, and then it didn't look very good, so then I took it off the sale, and basically, I don't know what's going on. So look, it has these leaf damage on it, and I don't know where it's from. So see right here, it's damaged, and you know, I mean, it's just opening up. So I don't know where the leaf damage is coming from. I don't know if it's coming because, is it too cold in my growing area? I think it's getting down to about 60 degrees at night right now, and the daytime is about 70, though yesterday the sun was out and I think it did reach 80 degrees in here. Okay, here we have a Brassiolelia Cattleya Golden Tang. It did most of its blooming in the summer. It just had sort of one bud, and there might be a second one on this plant somewhere. I can't find it right now, but I have one open. Right next to it, sort of trapped by these Vanderroots, is my Yahiro Mishima. It's scented. It only has one flower this year. In some years I've had more than one, but it's blooming. It's very nice, and usually it does last a long time. This is Epidendrum Chunky Eye. It's hard to see. It's under my shelves. The light isn't great. It has 2 buds here on another growth, and I don't actually grow it in anything. If you look right here, you can see that it's just sitting bare root on top of a Cattleya. And it's quite happy this way. My Brassiolelia Richard's Bonanza is still going. The flowers are definitely showing their age, but it is still open. And I love the color on it. Then finally right here we have Sofralilia, Cattleya marine ohava hollowed, the abundance clone. And this is the second spike that was open. And if you remember from earlier in this video, I noted that my Richard Mueller was blooming. And so about a month back now, I went in, oh, maybe not a month, maybe like 3 weeks, I tried to cross them. And so one of the things I discovered about marine ohava hollowed is that it doesn't seem to have any pollinia. I popped the pollinia off of like 2 flowers and like there was no pollinia. I don't know how to say that. Like they had just opened, it had no pollinia. But I did take the pollen from Richard Mueller and put it on this plant right here, and it looks like it might be taking. So I have tagged it, and we'll see how that seed pod develops. And that is all my updates for today.